Across all 12 years of doing client acquisition and sales, the cold email scripts have single-handedly been the most important part of the client acquisition process using cold email. And I can say that this has been the one thing that's been responsible for getting anywhere from 3 to 10% reply rates. It's allowed me to book 152 calls literally in 1 month and ultimately close 7 figures plus directly from cold email. And after sending millions of cold emails, the template I'm gonna share with you today and teach you how to use has been responsible for getting the best results for myself, as well as the hundreds of agencies that I've been able to teach. And this framework can work for any niche like real estate, SaaS, law firms, recruiting, and so much more. In this video, I'm gonna share with you exactly how you can use this exact script so that you can get so many positive replies that you will not know what to do with it. So before we get into it, the first thing that we really need to focus on and hone in on is our offer. A lot of people don't put an emphasis on their offer. They think, oh, if I just send a bazillion cold emails, I'm gonna get a bazillion responses and I'm gonna grow my business to 7 figures plus. That could not be more far from the truth. The problem with not getting clear on your offer is that when you actually send the cold email, it is not going to actually stick with the person. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly jam through a quick exercise that you can do to get really clear on your offer, specifically the copy for the offer that's actually going to provide a result. So before we can actually create the script, we want to understand what makes our prospects tick, what speaks to the souls of our customers. How can we leverage copywriting in order to influence someone to take action? So the first thing that I'm going to do just really quickly as an example, and you guys can do this with me, is I'm just going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to make up a business. I'm just going to say, I am a marketing agency and I help home service companies predictably get new leads, become more known, and become more trusted. I do this by doing meta ads, create content that builds trust, and create lead nurturing campaigns that help them turn leads into closed deals. So in this case, you just write out exactly what it is that you do in detail. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use whatever it is that your business is, just write it how I did it. Be more detailed though. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. Now what we want to do is we want to ask ChatGPT to now create a list of my clients' current situation, pain points, and desired outcomes as it pertains to my offers. Speak the language of my prospect. The reason that this is important is that we can use this to create really good email copy, because like if you were just saying you're not getting new clients, that's not going to like speak to the soul of the customer, right? I'm going to say speak the language of my customer more and use lingo they'd be familiar with. We want to make sure that whatever we're going to do in our copy is going to speak to the soul, and we need to understand that, because what we want when somebody opens our email is they say, wow, this is speaking directly to me. Marketing feels like guesswork. That's a good one. Unpredictable jobs. 1 month you're slammed, the next you're scrambling to keep your crew busy. Perfect. We're just going to copy this. And what I would do with this is I would save this, because this is going to be really helpful to reference literally in everything. This can be in your organic content, in your ads, whatever it could be. They want steady flow of new jobs, be the go-to name in town, more book jobs without chasing leads, turn leads into paying customers. Beautiful. So now that we've dialed in our offer, let me just quickly jam through really the theory of what we want to do when it comes to cold emailing. So when it comes to cold emailing, basically what we're doing is we're having an opener, and the opener is going to be value driven. What we want to do in the opener is we don't want to sell somebody. We don't want to write a novel. The opener email, which is the first email that we're going to send to the prospect, is going to be just pure value. And the more value that we can add, the more likely we are to get a response. If you're cold emailing somebody, they don't know you, they don't trust you, they have no context on who you are. You're simply a faceless person sending somebody an email. And the problem is if we're trying to sell or trying to get somebody to book a call immediately from the first email, it's immediately going to go into the spam folder because they don't trust you. We're in this trust recession where people don't trust people. We get hit with so many ads and we don't know who is actually legit, who can actually solve the problems that I have. So what we want to do when we're using cold email is we want to make sure that they're openers. We want to make sure the cold email is not, oh, I'm here to sell you something. It's no, I'm here to add value and earn your trust so that I can then have the opportunity to present the solution of what we actually offer. Basically, the next section is just follow-ups. So we're going to do 3 follow-ups from the opener. Okay. So whenever I'm doing a cold email campaign, I have an opener and I have 3 follow-ups for that specific opener. All I'm doing with the follow-ups is I'm following up back on the call to action from the opener. So this makes it really easy for us to test, figure out what's actually working well, which opener is doing super well, and use it from there. Knowing that, now that we have context, big picture, what we want to figure out is what is the email copy that we're actually going to be using for the opener. With the principle of leading with value, how are we going to leverage this? How are we going to lead with value as it pertains to what we do, as it pertains to the person that we're going after? Whatever your offer is, we want to be really clear on it. We can use ChatGPT ChatGPT to come up with some copywriting help, speak the language of our customers. You should be really keen and really clear on your offer. Now what we're going to do with cold emails, we're basically going to send cold emails to our target customer, which in this case would be home service providers. So now what we want to do is use the principle of adding value. So what we're going to do is we're going to send them 3 ideas on how they can get the desired outcome that we've already laid out. So what I've done for you guys is I've created a prompt that will allow us to do that. And I'll walk through this prompt here. So I'm going to go back here, take this. So I'm basically going to say what I do and then client's current situation, the pain, and the desired outcomes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, using the above, create me 4 cold email openers that add value and speaks to my target customer. Use their language. Make the information relevant. Don't add a CTA. 4 to 5 lines. We work with target audience, and I had a few ideas how you could desired outcome associated with financial gain. Okay, this is important because what I see a lot of times is people will just be like, oh, we're going to help you not have to worry about where your next post is going to be, or the desired outcome isn't financially driven. And the problem with that is like people don't see the value if it's not financially driven. Like let's just say you do social media management for somebody and you're like, oh, we're going to help post for you. We're going to help you be more present on social media. It's like that doesn't really speak to the pain of the customer. So whenever we're talking about desired outcomes, we always want to like have some sort of financial implication if they don't do that. And that's what's going to make people tick. Had a few ideas how you could desired outcome associated with financial gain, idea, step that adds value and speak the language of my customer so you can polarize and desired outcome. Okay, so what we're doing is we're basically giving them 3 ideas on how they can achieve the desired outcome that they want to achieve. Basically, the framework is we work with target audience. I had a few ideas how you could desired outcome associated with financial gain. Idea, step that adds value and speaks the language of my customers so you can polarize and desired outcome. End with, if you're trying any of these or thinking of trying them, we created a unique mechanism that helps target customer achieve desired outcome. Could I shoot you a video on how this all works? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it create 4 different openers so they can kind of pick and pull what would be the best. So we're going to go ahead and click enter and see what this comes up with. As ChatGPT is loading, I really just want to add that ChatGPT is not going to be your copywriting savior. It's not going to solve all your copywriting problems. So many times when I review copy from other agencies, they'll literally just copy and paste ChatGPT. I'm like, I can totally tell this is ChatGPT and you did not do a second screening. So ChatGPT is a tool to help us expedite our cold email copywriting. Now what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to pull the ones that I think are going to be the most relevant. I like this one, so I'm going to use this as the first opener, but I'm going to work it a little bit. You could increase your lead flow, and I don't want to add finally just because maybe they're crushing it, and break free from unpredictable job cycles. Perfect. Now I'm going to pick 3 ideas that are going to add value to them. So I like this one, hyper-local meta ads, serve to get in nice. I like this one, producing content that showcases your expertise. 2, with a special offer. And with the special offer, I might actually suggest an offer here. What are 3 special offer examples for my ideal customer? I like limited time because that can apply to multiple people. Content creation, produce content that showcases your expertise. So I'm adding more context to it. Okay, let's pick one more here. Let's do this one. I'm going to get more specific here. Install a 12-step follow-up system to ensure no lead slips through the cracks, turning inquiries into closed deals with no added work. Let's see how this would flow. Hi, John. We work with home service companies like company name. We work with home service companies like John Plumbing, and I had a few ideas how you could increase your lead flow and break free from unpredictable job cycles. Hyperlocal meta ads. Run hyperlocal Facebook, Instagram ads targeted to neighborhoods of homeowners that you serve with a limited time offer. Content creation. Produce content that showcases your expertise to build trust in your community so you can stand out from competitors and earn more trust locally. Think testimonials and what to expect style of content. Lead follow-up system. Install a 12-step follow-up system to ensure no lead slips through the cracks, turning inquiries into closed deals with no added work. Beautiful. So now we have the call to action. If you're trying any of these or thinking about trying them, we created a system. So we could say created our lead authority system that helps companies like company name generate leads and book jobs predictably. Could I shoot you more info? Okay, here we go. So hi, John. We work with home service companies like company name, and I had a few ideas on how you could increase your lead flow and break free from unpredictable job cycles. So how you could increase your lead flow. That's what they want. Break free from unpredictable job cycles. That's what they're struggling with according to their pain points. Hyperlocal meta ads. Run hyperlocal Facebook, Instagram ads targeting neighborhoods of homeowners you serve with a limited time offer. This crushes. You could even add like a testimony here. We just helped client get 10 new deals with this system. Content creation improves content that shows your expertise to build trust in your community so you can stand out from competitors and earn more trust locally. Lead follow-up system. Install a 12-step follow-up system to ensure no lead slips through the cracks, turning inquiries with no added work. We find it usually takes 6 touches to convert. If you're trying these or think about trying them, we created our lead authority system that helps companies like you generate leads and book jobs predictably. Could I shoot you over a video on how it all works? So again, we have the principle of leading with value. And how are we leading with value? Well, we're going to give them 3 different tips based off of what we actually do. So in this case, like I run ads, I create content, and I install a lead follow-up system for people. So what do you do? How do you help people? And then how can we kind of intertwine that with some sort of value to pique curiosity, which would be adding the sauce of what it is that you actually do, throw in a testimonial, ending with, could I shoot you over a video to show you how it all works? So we're not saying we help home services like you, like we can help you predictably get new clients. First, what we do is we run ads and then we'll produce content. Like, can we book a call and I can just share exactly how this works? It's like, no, people aren't gonna ever do that. So that's pretty much the email body, guys. Now that we have the copy, what do we need? Subject line. So subject line, think about this as your first impression. So what I would do is I would say something like ideas for company name, thoughts, company name, or first name, or ideas for you, first name. These are some examples. And the principle here really is we want the subject line to feel like it's an email coming from a colleague, it's coming from a friend, it's coming from somebody who knows you already. What we don't want the subject line to be is, we'll help you increase your lead gen, we'll help you increase your authority. That's immediately going to scream cold email. What we want them to think when they're about to open it is, cool, this is an email for me, let's open it, let's check it out. And then when they open it, they see the value with the call to action of, could I shoot you a video on how it all works, which is frictionless. So now that we have the opener, the last real thing that we need to do is just create some series of follow-up emails. And this will be really brief because all we need to do is we just need to come up with 3 different emails. We're going to have ChatGPT help us out using this email. Create me 3 short follow-up emails to say yes on sending them the video, add in room for a case study on the first one, make them short up to 4 sentences. I'm going to keep the subject line the same as what we had it. So I'm going to ignore what ChatGPT came up with. Hey, John, just want to follow up on helping you increase your lead flow and break free from unpredictable job cycles. We recently helped boom, 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 using the same sentence I mentioned. Perfect. Now let's go to the other one. We can work this a little bit. For this one, I'm going to say, would you be the right person to send over a personalized video sharing how it all works? And the last one, again, we're keeping the follow-up super simple. There's no need to write huge novels. All we're trying to do is we're tying it back to the opener. That's all we are doing. I'm just going to end with, is interest for this completely out of the question? Now that you have the script, you have the template, all that's left is for you simply to take action. Because if you don't implement what we just went through today, it's going to be pretty challenging for you to actually retain it when you do go to actually implement it. So if I were you, I would watch this video again with me and implement it while you're actually watching the video so that there's no guesswork and you can make sure that you're actually doing it correctly. And in this video, I know I just showed you how to create a good script, but having a good script isn't the only thing that you need in order to be successful with cold email. You also need a good list of leads, you need good email accounts, and you need a good sending tool that you can send mass cold emails at scale, which is why in the next video, I show you exactly how you can create a full cold email system from scratch. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.